I'm seeing here that Tilda is asking, what is the cost of living like in New York? Okay,
Expensive.
let's. Okay, describe if you could give us an overview of your apartment
Okay.
and a range of what somebody would pay for it. Just a range.
Okay. So initially, when I get to New York, I'm sponsored by our hospital. So either you go with a hospital subsidized housing, or you go with your own private. So for me, when I got there initially, I had our subsidized housing, which is a very, 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 very good deal, and you will not find it anywhere. So it was a dormitory base. They housed all the EMS. The first floors were the EMS fire department, and then the second was towards upper will be like your resident doctors and your nurses. So it was a very good government subsidization housing. So we only paid 300 for a dorm.
Okay,
For a
Wow.
don't give
dorm.
people this idea. That's
I know, right?
crazy.
So again, and they raise it up. So
Wonderful.
we didn't get upset. They raise it up. They put it to 500 a month. This again, it's a government subsidized housing that was provided to government employees, and a lot of actually government hospitals, if you work with them, they will provide some of that benefit. Going outside that, I started learning the real deal of Manhattan after not paying $500 a month, free utilities included. Um, so it was now a studio apartment. Now in Manhattan, a studio apartment that by yourself alone with a kitchen there without even the washer and the dryer with it. You have to go to a public laundry. So you're looking around 1600 for a studio in Manhattan. The When you go outside Manhattan, it's going to be cheaper. Queens will be your better choice. Bronx is there, Brooklyn is there on the bottom, and you have New Jersey on the opposite side of the bridge, which is as a lot of people also live in New Jersey, they just have to cross the bridge. But again, when you do that, you have to compute. You really have to run your numbers. So
Prior with it,
being
you have to go
Manhattan
to public
might be
laundry.
beneficial if you're
So
by
you're looking
yourself,
around
but when
1600.
you have kids and
When you
family,
do that,
you might want to go outside Manhattan because it gets very expensive and you will need like public transportation or private transportation. For single, again, you're looking around 1600 for a studio apartment going down. If you want to look more luxury with the bed, with the washer inside, washer, when I say washer, those are your laundry machines that are inside. It's luxury. When you have laundry machine inside your apartment, laundry machine and dishwasher in New York City, that's luxury already. We barely get a laundry inside our apartment, so you will be looking around $2,000 a month for a studio with laundry machine inside. Otherwise, you will have to use your coins on your on your machine wash. You're gonna bring all your laundry. That's one thing. That's the inconvenience of living in New York City. But other people who work inside New York City and live like just across, across the bridge, which is New Jersey, they pay also tolls, which is also expensive. So there is like kind of equivalent. It's kind of equal when you live outside and then inside Manhattan.
And that's inside Manhattan. Ramel, you live right
yeah.
Yeah.
outside of Manhattan. A
Uh,
range. What is it like for a one bedroom there?
right. But that's very thorough what she just described. But so I think I'm cheap. I live in the
Yeah.
suburb, and I designed it that way. Maybe that's why, because I never left Flushing, because I'm enjoying the cheap accommodation. So I stayed with few friends in a 1940s house. So we share all the expenses, and I'm just paying at that time in 2008. I was just paying $500 for my room, all the expense included, including electricity, water, etc. And there's somebody's preparing the food for us, so I think that's cheap. It went up to 600 to 700, 800 up until last year. It's now at 800, but that's still cheap. And you
Yeah.
can find that anywhere in New York, unless you're in a group of friends. So I think
Yeah.
that's the tip. The tip. If you have friends, or you can look for friends, you can share an apartment, you can share a house. Your life is gonna be cheaper. We don't go out to bars. We have we prepare our own drinks on Fridays and Saturdays. We cook our own food, so it's a bit cheaper. In terms of commuting, we have we have the weekly and the monthly unlimited ride for MTAs. So I think the bus is at 135, 140-ish a month. I think for weekly that's around, I'm not pretty sure now because I'm doing the monthly. Um,
So the monthly is less expensive. It's a better deal than if you did the
correct,
daily or the weekly.
correct. And the
And do
company where I'm working at, they're offering the flex, something like a flex benefit. You can you can you can pay for your money. It's not taxed, but you have to declare ahead of time. They're gonna give you an MTA card, untaxed. Yeah.
and an
So
MTA card for everybody that's watching is the transit card in New
correct. It's
York,
a transit card
correct?
in New York. Correct. My friends bought their own car because they're working super remotely. Um, I think they're paying for 200 a month, if not 300, but it really depends on the insurance. If you're a new driver, I think insurance can easily go up to 100 or 200 a month,
300.
400 for you. Okay. So it's
Yes,
pretty
it
different.
depends. Yeah, it depends.
Correct. So
I want to
it's
add there, when I was a new nurse in New York City, I started doing travel nursing in my second year, third year, and I was quoted as a new driver for $300 a month for insurance.
ooh,
And my
that's a lot.
car, my actual car was just a sedan, Hyundai Elantra. It's a cheap car. It's a cheap from A to B. It was my Hyundai Elantra was less than $300, but my insurance was $300 because I was a new driver and the location. They actually base it from the location. But I want to add there, since I was working for a government company, government hospital, so they provided us with Geico. Geico is one of the top insurance here in the U.S. It means government employee insurance company. So when I learned that trick, they gave me from $300 to $180 per month. It's still high, but it's a
Yeah,
better.
but yeah,
So that's one one trick there.
Absolutely.
yeah,
NG, Nig Nig. Yeah, I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing that there, was actually asking what does a starter monthly budget or expenses look like? So we're actually talking about that. So we got the insurance, you got the mass transit, car, well, if you have the car, we have the gas as well.